one. We believe in the American way, and we built this country called the USA, and we fly our flag cause we're proud and free, we're Americans. Red, white, and blue is our way of life. Never back down from a challenge or a fight. Nature provides and God gives the rights, we're Americans. Make up America, this amazing America. Waters and we hunt the lands. We forge the steel with our own two hands. What we've got, we do the best we can. We're Americans. From the snowy paths to the desert sun, dogs and the horses and the trucks and the guns, mothers and daughters and fathers and sons. We're Americans. We'll make up America, this amazing America. Amazing America.
Hey, this is Garrett Smithley, driving the number 0 JD Motorsports Chevrolet, and you're watching All Pro Broadcasting.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the All-Pro Broadcasting as we present to you the AMS Children's Dream Racer Cup Series. Tonight, we find ourselves under the lights at the 1.5 mile Kansas Speedway. I'm your host, KT, and alongside with me in the booth is Dave Everly. How's it going, Dave?
Oh, I'm doing great. How you doing there, KT?
I'm doing pretty well. A little upset that I'm not racing in this race tonight, but hopefully I can bring some insight into the booth, and we'll have a great race tonight on our hands.
Yeah, Kansas usually turns out to be a really fun track, so I think it should be a great race tonight.
I happened to jump into practice here. I ran a few laps. It's a little tight in the middle of the corner, and I noticed it was a little bit loose on exit, but it can get very tight and get you right up into that wall and into turns 2 and turns 4.
Yeah, I definitely seen that here watching these guys practice. It does look like these cars do get real tight, as you said, and they will push up into the walls. So it'll be interesting to see how they make their adjustments come race time.
And not only that, you have to think about fuel mileage, and tires I think is going to be a pretty big deal here. I think you might see a different couple strategy on green flag runs, people coming in early, grabbing some fresh rubber. Just to mention that these cars in this series hold 13 gallons, so they don't have the full 18 that most cars do. So I think we might actually have a good fuel mileage race here tonight on hands. That's going to be my my prediction for tonight.
Yeah, most definitely is. It's going to be a semi-long race here, so I definitely have to agree with you that tire wear and fuel mileage and pit strategy is definitely going to be a key factor in tonight's race.
We got 125 laps on tap for tonight. Fuel window is probably going to be around 28 to 32 laps, maybe pushing at 45 depending on how these drivers can save some fuel, and hopefully, like I said, we can see a fuel mileage race. And personally, I think they're one of the better races out there.
Yeah, most definitely. So it'll be fun to see how it all plays together, and hopefully we'll see a lot of green flag runs and green flag pit stops, so we can definitely get a check out of everybody's different pit strategy.
There's a lot of room out there on the track. Hopefully the cautions will be down. We won't see too many here tonight. The past couple weeks in the league, there haven't been too many cautions, so I think we will see some green flag runs guaranteed.
Yeah, as the qualifying lap times are starting to come in here, KT, it looks like Smith there is going to be, Hoyt Smith is going to be on the pole right now, running a 28.927. The lap times there seem to be right about a couple hundredths apart, so it looks like it's going to be a tight race here for the to get the pole tonight.
Yeah, you got a couple of guys that they haven't run a lap yet, so I think we might still see a new face up there on the provisional pole.
Yeah, most definitely is. We still got right about a little less than 3 minutes here left in qualifying, so as you said, it's definitely possible we could see an unknown there jump right to the front and take that pole for tonight.
And there you go, and there it is, Dylan Landry with a 28.9 flat. Looks like more and more drivers are still out there. We still got quite a handful of drivers. I'm going to say about 12 to 15 that still have yet to qualify.
Now,
about 10 left.
Now, sitting here, would you think it would be better to qualify and try to get closer to the front, or is this the type of race here where it's probably better to not qualify and start in the back of the field?
I think track position is key here. It's going to be tough to pass. The racing groove seems that guys want to run along the top, and trying to pass down low here, it's going to be very, very difficult for these drivers to make a pass. So I think track position is going to be a key player in tonight's race. They'll have Dylan Landry up on the provisional pole.
It It looks like the 32 there's still out on the track here. Is we're going to kind of focus on him and see what kind of lap times he could put down. Is he's still trying to get that to top Dylan Landry there in that provisional pole position.
Not quite there. He's just a smidge slow. It's tough. It's real tough to run a perfect lap around this track. You can scrub a lot of speed trying to get into the gas a little bit too early, and then that can really hamper your chances of getting a top time here like Dylan Landry did so far.
Yeah, most definitely here. Looking at our current weather conditions, it's 72 degrees out with a track temperature of 73 degrees, partly cloudy conditions, with the wind north at about 7 to 8 mile an hour. So looks like we should get some good traction down on the track. So looks like it should be a fun race.
Oh, for sure. I think one more thing you want to add here is restarts. I think restarts are going to be key. I think we might have a couple people try some two tires pit strategy, and that might hamper a little bit with track position, people getting out of order or whatnot. So I think we will have a fun race here tonight. It looks like qualifying is done, and Dylan Landry will get the pole with a 28.9.
Yeah, it looks like they're all pretty close together here, so it should make for a good battle here. Now, this is the first time that All Pro Broadcasting has been on board with the AMS guys here for the AMS Children's Dream Racer Cup Series. Now, on the restarts, is it up to driver discretion, or is it all green flag?
It's up to the driver's discretion. Most drivers, there's the restart lines. Most drivers go within that point there. However, there are drivers out there that will wait until the green flag comes out. But majority of the fellas out here tonight will go in that restart zone. But watch out, you got to be careful, because if you get into the person in front of you, you can start, have the accordion effect, and it can mess up a whole lot of people's races tonight.
It looks like there's 16 drivers tonight that went out and put down a qualifying time with the rest of them. Looks like they're probably going to be starting there towards the back of tonight's race.
Yeah, we got Randy Arms, who did not put a qualifying lap out. I know that he suffered an injury in real life in his race car. He has a broken hand due to an incident, I think was 2 weeks ago, somewhere in Ohio. So hopefully he gets better, but he's going to stick it out. I think he's going to race this race tonight.
I hope he definitely gets healed up quickly there. Unfortunate, as you said, he had that incident in a real race car, but hopefully he heals up, and hopefully he does good tonight if he does come out on the track.
I tell you, last week he was in a race, and I think he finished third or second. He could have won the race if he had a little bit extra juice, but for sure he has the talent to do it for sure. All right, let's go to the starting lineup here. Like we said before, starting first is Dylan Landry with a 28.9. Starting second is Hoyt Smith with a 28.927. Starting third is Dalton Baldwin with a 28.933. Cameron Hearn will be starting fourth with a 28.941. Starting fifth, we have Glenn Murphy Jr. with a 28.943. Starting sixth, we got Clay Dildine, 28.999. Ryan Cobb starting seventh at the 29.088. Jonathan Swartz starting eighth, 29.128. Justin Page starting ninth with a 29.148. Mike Springer starting 10th, 29.149. Stuart Joyce starting 11th, 29.164. Philip Neese starting 12th, 29.9191. Pardon me. Chris Ostrader 29.3. 13th. Chris Pipe got 14th, and I believe we're going green. Dylan Landry takes out a commanding lead right here. Hopefully, we can get some guy. Ooh, we had a little bit of contact there with Dalton Baldwin and Hoyt Smith.
Yeah, it looks like even though they had some contact, they were able to get back in line here. Looks like our race leaders are just going to run single file here as we are on lap 2 of 125 here at Kansas. These drivers are definitely putting down the pedal here, putting down a good pace. As it looks like the 86 of Dylan Andrews pulled out to almost a 2/10 lead there over Hoyt Smith as they are battling there. And third place there behind him is going to be the 67 of Cameron Hearn.
And right behind him, we got Glenn Murphy Jr. in 4th. His last lap was at 29.039. And rounding out the top 5 is Clay Dildine. Dalton Baldwin, who started 2nd, is right behind him. I'm sorry, he started 3rd. I'm sorry, pardon me.
Yeah, it looks like he just kind of fell off pace there at the restart, but he's able to get it back on. So, we'll keep an eye on him and see if later on if he's able to get back to the front.
Like I said earlier, it's going to be tough for these guys to pass. So it doesn't surprise me that Dalton dropped out that quickly in such a short amount of time. It's really hard to keep that position. So tough break for him, but I think he'll be back up there. Hoyt Smith is looking for a move on the inside of Dylan Landry. Couldn't quite get it as he gets real tight coming out of 2.
Yeah, it's going to leave room for the 67 of Cameron Hearn as he's going to look to the inside.
Oh! And no, Cameron is loose. No caution. He saves it. What a save by Cameron Hearn. No caution is out. Unbelievable save right there.
Yeah, that was great driving there, and great driving by all the drivers that were able to make sure they didn't collect up into a big pile up there as they were able to get around it safely.
Looks like everyone is pretty spread out at this point right now.
Yeah, it looks like our current race leader, the 86 of Dylan Landry there, is gaining close on the number 9 of Tim Sandin and is looking to put him a lap down as they are gaining on him in a hurry.
Yeah, I think Mr. Sandlin, he started from the pit, so he did not... ooh, and he gets loose! And he saves it, and the leaves are going to go right on the outside of him as he stays low.
Yeah, as you said earlier there, KT, I think for sure that, as we're seeing, a lot of these drivers are getting tight. Some are getting loose and getting their cars sideways, but they are having to work that wheel to try to save it and keep it going straight.
I think they're going to be hurting a little bit later on in this race. I think they're going to use a little bit more tires, and like I said, rubber is going to be a key here too, not only along with track position.
Now here at the AMS, do they run with a full fuel load, or they have a disadvantage of a lower fuel load?
There is a disadvantage of a lower fuel load. It is 13 gallons on the tank here, so the fuel mileage probably is going to be around 28 to 32 laps.
Oh, copy that. Yeah, these. But it looks like our current race leader has pulled out to a commanding lead as he's got right about a 1 second lead over the 92 of Hoyt Smith.
Yeah, Dylan Landry, he's your points leader as it stands right now coming into this race. So he's a very strong racer, and him having this commanding lead right now, he's probably got to be feeling really good in his car right now. taking a look at the field here, and everyone's running single file. And we have a caution.
Gonna go back here, try to pull it up on instant replay here and see if we can see what brought out the caution.
I believe that was the 85 of Shaquille O'Reilly. I might be wrong.
Yeah, it looks like the 85 of Shaquille O'Reilly there got into the 20 of Tyler Pop a little bit and got him spun around and brought out that caution.
I think what happened there, the 20 car probably got out to the gas realizing that he was getting tight, and the 85 couldn't compensate enough to not get into the back of him. But unfortunately for the 85, he got into the back of the 20 car there.
Looks like to land, gonna bring the field down into pit road here on lap 13 to bring service here, as it looks like everybody's gonna come behind him.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to have guys stay out too much here. Maybe you might have a guy stay out to get an extra bonus point, but pretty much everyone's going to be taking four fresh rubbers here.
It looks like the 9 of Tim Sandlin's going to get the wave around, putting him back on the lead lap, but it also looks like the 73 of Chris Ostrander there's going to stay out and get that bonus point for leading the lap.
Dylan Landry wins the race off pit road, successfully gaining his lead spot back. That bearing if the 73 of Chris Ostrander comes down to the pit and gets some service.
Yeah, it looks like the 86 of Dylan Landry had an awesome pit stop, as it was only 11.9 seconds. So his pit crew was definitely on it tonight.
You know, that's real lucky, because I'm not saying it's lucky for him. Going through pit stops here in our league, I've averaged probably around 13.2 seconds a pit stop. So if you're any around in the 11-second pit stop, then that's real excellent. Great job by his pit crew right there.
Yeah, most definitely here looking at the pit stops. Believe it or not, he actually was not the fastest pit stop on pit road, as the 67 of Cameron Hearn. His pit stop was only 10.7 seconds long, so he may have just taken 2 tires and a tank of fuel.
I don't think so. I think that would be 4 tires for him. If you take 2 tires and a fuel load, it's probably going to be about a 7-second pit stop. So I believe he took 4 tires there on that stop.
Well, if that's the case, definitely a good pit stop by his crew. They're getting him under 10.7 seconds there. That's an excellent pit stop for here at Kansas.
Looks like the drivers are on 2 to go here. Let's take a look at the field here real quick. We got Dylan Landry in first. Hoyt Smith is going to be in second. We got Jonathan Schwartz in third. Mike Springer is in fourth. Hold on, I'm sorry. So okay, so Chris pitted. That's why my standings out around. Sorry.
Yeah, it looks like Jonathan Schwartz there in the 58 is going to take 4th position, or 3rd position. Mike Springer in the 32 will be 4th, and the 8 of Randy Arms will be in 8th position.
That's pretty good spot for him because he started out in that back and he's up in the top 5 like that, or in the top 10. That's real key play right there. Maybe he took 2.
Take a look at pit times. His pit time was 13.9 seconds, so that's right about standard for a 4-tire pit stop.
Right, okay.
The pace car lights are off as we are here on the backstretch coming into turn number 3, so we will be going green flag racing here on lap 17. These drivers are double file here, bunching it up, getting ready for that pace car to make that hard left down into pit road, and waiting on that lead driver there, the 86 of Dylan Landry, to take these guys green flag racing again. Pace car dips down into pit road. They bunch up. The 86 of Dylan Landry's hard on that throttle as he pulls out to a good lead, while the 92 of Hoyt Smith gets another good jump and is in second position, with the 32 of Mike Springer rounding out your top 3.
And right behind him we got Jonathan Schwartz. And right behind him we got Justin Page, rounding out the top 5. Yeah. Jonathan Schwartz is looking inside here, but can't quite make it. He's right on his tail of Mike Springer.
Looks like these drivers here are really preferring that outside line there, riding close to the wall, probably trying to save tires, but it looks like the caution is going to come out again.
Looks like it's the 85 of Shaquille O'Reilly again.
We're going to focus here on the instant replay on the 85 of Shaquille O'Reilly there, see if we can see exactly what happened. Looks like coming into the turn, he started getting a little loose there, tried to save it, overcorrected, and it shot him back up into the outside wall, collecting a couple drivers there, unfortunately.
And it looked like he collected the 67 of Cameron Hearn. Unfortunate for him, he started in 4th place. Looks like no one is going to pit here in the top runners.
Yeah, they only got 6 laps on their tires here since their last pit stop. So it looks like these leaders are going to stay out, while the 77 of Mason Rogers, the 7 of Thomas Cornheady, and the 22 of Stuart Joyce, and the 9 of Tim Sadler, and everybody behind them are going to go ahead and come down pit road, get some fresh tires and fuel.
And hopefully some of these drivers can fix some of their damage. I see that the 38 of Philip Neese has quite a bit of damage in his front side. Hopefully he might have a quick repair, he might not.
Well, here at AMS there, KT, how many quick repairs do these drivers get in a race?
They get 1 per race. It's been like that for the past couple seasons. When we first started out, I think we had 2, but then once the league started growing, we got rid of that. 1 seems fair enough. I know a lot of leagues out there don't give you any at all, but some things happen, and you still want to race, and it gives another chance if you were in an incident that you had no reason being in that incident, just happen to be caught up in it. It gives that driver another opportunity. So basically, it's a second chance.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I've done a lot of official races that don't give you any resets, and the driver in front of you makes a silly mistake, you get caught up in it, and you got to pay the price. So definitely understand that thinking.
But it's nice now with iRacing. A couple years ago, they just implemented where you can use your quick repair, or you can choose not to use it, which is beneficial. If you tap the wall a little bit, it might give you like a second of damage. You don't really want to use your fast tow there, so people can use that to their strategy for their own use. If they don't want to use it if they just had a little bit of contact from the outside wall or another contact from another driver. It gives them, like I said, another chance to win the race. I mean, everybody is here, they want to win the race.
Yeah, most definitely. Everybody's goal is to win the race, or even my goal usually is just a top 5 finish. I'm not the world's best sim racer, but as you said, everybody's goal is to win the race. So as we are now on lap 21 of 125, we've had no lead changes and 2 cautions. We have just a little over 100 laps remaining. So it looks like the pace car lights are still on here, so we're waiting on the green flag racing.
Unfortunately for me, I would be in this race, but some circumstances happened where we need an announcer tonight, so I volunteered to be in the broadcast booth here and announce the race. So that I am missing out at a lot of the action here tonight. I'm kind of missing it, but it's a little different perspective from my point of view watching these guys race here tonight, as they take 1 to go and the pace car lights are off.
Yeah, these drivers are here are going to go double foul, bunching it up here, getting ready to go. Green flag racing the next time around is the 92. Looks like actually we have a new race leader here. It looks like the 92 of Hoyt Smith. No, it just showed from crossing, but our current leader will still be the 86 of Dylan Landry here, as he's going to line up on the inside here as these drivers come through the backstretch. Double foul here, bunched up, waiting for that pace car to dip off.
I think he might have passed Dylan Landry right at the start-finish line. That had him scoring there at the first place position, but it doesn't matter. We know who the leader is.
Yeah, most definitely here looks like he's going to be door-to-door to him, so it'll be interesting to see if he can judge when Dylan's going to go here in the zone, or if he's going to get caught sleeping this lap.
That pace car makes that hard turn left. Dylan Landry is on the gas. Green flag is out.
Looks like the 92 of Hoyt Smith was hard on that gas and was able to get down behind him, as they're going to be double foul there from 3rd and 4th there, coming through turn 1 and turn 2, coming onto the backstretch.
Yeah, Dylan Landry took out a commanding lead right there. I don't think anyone's going to catch him, but we got Dalton Baldwin making a pass here on Mike Springer on the inside. See if he can make it stick here. They're still battling hard side to side going into turn 1. And Dalton just drives it in there. I think he's gonna wash off the track, and Mike Springer making the crossover and will pass Dalton Baldwin. Jonathan Schwartz is looking to pass Dalton at this point.
Yeah, it looks like he just drove a little, as you said, a little too hard there in the corner, drifted up, and which caused him to get off that throttle and let all these drivers get by him, but he has recovered it there, as he is currently still in 4th position.
Stuart Joyce is looking to the inside of Jonathan Schwartz of the 58. Not quite there. They're running the high side here all the way around. Ooh, we have Mike Springer got a little action into the wall there. He is able to save it. Mike Springer not going to lose a position.
It was a good job by him. I do know that if you get close to these walls, it's like a magnet. It will suck you right into the wall.
Yeah, it's really hard to get off of that wall, and thankfully he was lucky enough to not have that car stick to that wall, and he got off just enough to keep him up to speed and not lose any positions.
Yeah, most definitely. We're going to go to our crank it up cam here, so all the viewers at home can hear these motors roar and get a good feel of these speed these drivers are pulling through these turns. we're going to go back up front here and take a look at our current race leader, Dylan Landry here. He is still not pulled out to so much of a lead as he's only got about 1/10 there in front of Hoyt Smith. So Hoyt Smith is definitely keeping him within striking range, and it'll be interesting to see if maybe he's just saving his tires to try to get a later run.
I think that might be the case here. Got a smart driver there in Dylan Landry, as Hoyt Smith just nudges the wall a little bit there. Yeah, I think saving your tires is going to be a huge key, but you still want to run fast. You don't want to fall off too much. I think that there is a point where you can race real fast and not burn off your tires as quick and still run competitive lap times and pull away from everybody else.
Yeah, riding here in the cockpit view with Hoyt Smith, it looks like he's got some right front damage there as his hood's a little crinkled, but doesn't really seem to be slowing him down very much. He's keeping a pretty good pace there behind Dylan Landry.
Yeah, you mentioned the damage there to the right front of Hoyt Smith. I think Dalton Baldwin has a little bit of damage, not so much as Hoyt, but yeah, I saw him get into the wall a couple laps ago. We got a battle here, 3 wide, back in 8th. Randy Arms, Justin Page, and Stuart Joyce, as Randy Arms completes the pass on those 2 drivers. And the battle between Justin Page and Stuart Joyce continues through the tri-oval, and Justin Page will clear. And here comes Glenn Murphy Jr. right behind Stuart Joyce. I think we might see him up in the front later on in this race.
Well, sitting here, look, it looks like our current leaders are right about lap 20 on their tires here. So they should be getting into their pit window within the next 10 to 15 laps here.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, looking here, they just crossed, and that's 21 laps since their last pit stop. So, like I said, looks like we should be able to see maybe some green flag pit stops. It looks like all these drivers' nerves have kind of settled down, and they're doing a real good job at keeping it going straight.
I think you might see a couple guys here pit early. I'll keep an eye on that for you, as we have a little bit of a battle here between 3rd and 4th place with Dalton Baldwin and Mike Springer. Dalton can't quite get around Mike Springer. And Dylan Landry, the leader, has pulled away from 2nd place of Hoyt Smith. Almost has a 1-second lead at this point in the race.
Yeah, he's definitely showcasing his talent here tonight. As you said, he has pulled out to over a 2nd lead here on the 92 of Hoyt Smith. So he is putting on a clinic for these guys as they are battling to try to keep him within eyesight.
We still got a long ways to go here, Dave.
Yeah, most definitely. We got 90 laps to go, and as we've seen in some previous broadcasts from other leagues, anything could happen. So it's definitely not over until they get that checkered flag.
I want to take a look at Glenn Murphy here. Glenn Murphy looks to pass Justin Page here. Not quite yet. Coming out of turn 4, he gets underneath Justin Page here. Going down through the tri-oval, Glenn Murphy Jr. looks like he will complete the pass on Justin Page going into turn 1 here at Kansas Speedway.
Yeah, looking back through the field, it looks like it's mostly single file here as these drivers are definitely just kind of riding along. It's fun to see with these new builds here, as you can actually see the rubber flying up from the track as they get close to that wall.
Yeah, the rubber buildup here, you can definitely hear it when it hits the car. I really don't think it really affects the handling of the car. If you do get a little bit of the marbles up on the tires, I haven't experienced anything with that. So I don't think you'll get too much into trouble if you get into the marbles. But running high, I don't think there's going to be much marbles up in the high groove there.
Yeah, it looks like most of the field here is definitely preferring that inside line, as it looks like the 32 there is trying to make a move on the 58. As they come into turn number 1, he's going to be on the inside, but it doesn't look like he's going to get a good enough run to be able to get around him, as the 48's going to get right to the bumper of the 58.
Jonathan Schwartz gives the car in front of him, of Hoyt Smith, a little nudge. Takes a peek on the inside, but it's not going to work this time off. But Glenn Murphy is looking on the inside, and I think he's going to make this pass on Jonathan Schwartz, as he fits comfortably Glenn Murphy Jr. as he is up into the 4th position.
Well, going back up to the front, it looks like we've had a little bit of change here up front, as the 4 of Dalton Baldwin was able to get around the 92 of Hoyt Smith.
I noticed that the lap times here, and it looks like Dalton is catching Dylan Landry here at the moment.
Yeah, looking at the last lap times they ran, Landry ran a 30.614, while Baldwin ran a 30.5, so he was almost a 1/10 faster than Landry.
You know, I see both of these cars, and they both have minimal damage to their nose. More on the right side of Dylan Landry. Same thing with Dalton Baldwin, but he has a little bit of nose damage, and I'm shocked that he's picking up time on Dylan Landry here.
Yeah, looking at the lap times again, that last lap, our current race leader, Dylan Landry, there ran a 30.648, and the 4 of Dalton Baldwin ran a 30.609, so he is definitely chipping into that lead that Dylan Landry has acquired.
Want to go back to 10th place here. Thomas Conheady catching Justin Page here, going into turn 1, as he takes the outside and will complete the pass around Justin Page. Clay Dildine behind him. Thomas got a little tight coming out of 2 there. Clay Dildine had to check up. And it looks like Justin Page has a little bit of damage, and it's affecting the speed of his vehicle, as Tim Sandlin makes the pass around Justin Page.
Back here in the 15th position, it looks like the 38 of Philip Neese there, who started 12th, is now running into 15, but he's got some heavy damage to the front of that end of his car.
He's still holding quite a bit of speed, 192, 93 miles an hour going into turn 1. It's not as quick as the drivers that don't have any damage, but he's running pretty competitive speeds considering the damage that he has in front of his car.
Most definitely here, and going back through the field here, it looks like the 9 of Tim Sadlin, who started in, let's see here, he started in 24th position, has worked his way all the way up into 8th position.
It looks like we got a couple drivers coming in for pit service, as Randy Arms in the 8 car just completed his services back on the track on the backstretch. We got Stuart Joyce and Justin Page taking service, and Dalton Baldwin and Hoyt Smith running up there in 2nd and 3rd have pitted as well. So looks like the guys are going to start pitting here, and I think we will have a round of completed green flag pit stops here in a few laps.
Yeah, as the 86 of Dylan Landry, our current race leader, decides to go ahead and stay out, as he is on lap 36 since his last pit stop there. So it'll be interesting to see if the 4 of Dalton Baldwin and the 92 of Hoyt Smith, who has come down for pit stops, if they would be able to close that gap there and be able to get around him when the 86 there of Landry decides to go into pit road.
He's still not coming in yet. I think this might be a bad move on his part, unless if he's stretching fuel mileage here. Fresh tires here is going to be key.
Yeah, as you said, he may be stretching that fuel mileage to try to cut down on the amount of pit stops that he can make it. So he may be pushing that car to the max as far as his fuel. As it currently looks here, our top 5 still have not pitted for their green flag pit stops yet. So it'll be interesting to see how everybody behind them that's on fresh tires, how much time they can actually make up.
I would, if it was me, I would be coming in soon, because the guys that are on fresh tires, I believe Dalton Baldwin will be the leader of this race once Landry completes his pit stop.
Well, as Landry comes out of turn 4 here into the dog leg, he stays out for another lap here. So he is definitely pushing that fuel mileage as far as he possibly can.
We have Glenn Murphy in second place behind Dylan Landry. He has yet to pit, as well as the 32 Mike Springer.
Yeah, it looks like our top 3 drivers there still have not completed their green flag pit stops here. Is these green flag pit stops is definitely shaking the field up and stretching it out a little bit.
Your second place driver, Glenn Murphy Jr., makes his way down pit road, along with Mike Springer in the 32. And we got the 24 of Clay Dildine as well.
Yeah, it looks like we've only got 3 cars on the lead lap here, as these green flag pit stops are. As the 86, taking a look at him here, looks like he may be coming down pit road. No, he's going to stay out for another lap.
He's got to be pitting this time. Everyone has pitted. It would be somewhat, for lack of a better word, stupid not to pit. If he doesn't, I'll be shocked.
Well, we'll definitely focus on him and see if he's going to push it a little further, or if he's going to go ahead and bring it down.
I think he's coming in this time by. He's on the low side here, so he's coming in and getting some fresh 4 Goodyear rubber tires and a fresh fuel of Sunoco fuel.
Now it'll be interesting to see if the 4 of Dalton Baldwin and Hoyt Smith there is able to make up enough time to be able to pass him here for the lead, or if he's going to be able to get back out and maintain a race lead.
Dylan Landry stops in his pit stall, waiting to take on service. Dalton Baldwin is coming out of the turn 4 into the tri-oval, and he will be the new leader as he comes around next time by. You see Dylan Landry coming out of the pit stall right now onto the track.
Well, here looking at my stats, it looks like he stayed out for about 8 additional laps there, running the green flag there than Dylan, so he is definitely on a totally different pit strategy. As they come across the start-finish here, we'll see how far that shuffles him back, as the 4 of Dalton Baldwin will be our new race leader, followed by the 22 of Stuart Joyce, and the 8 of Randy Arms, followed by the 92 of Hoyt Smith, and the 58 of Jonathan Schwartz will round out your new top 5.
Yeah, that staying out that long really hurts Dylan Landry, being 8 seconds back here. But he will start to come around and hopefully gain some time here. But I think that that management there was a little, I don't know, I don't have an answer for it. But he's got to be pushing the fuel mileage there. It's the only bet that I can see.
Yeah, most definitely here is, it looks like there's going to be some lap traffic in between them, so it'll be interesting to see how he is able to get around that lap traffic there, as he's got to work his way from all the way up in from 7th position to get back up into that race lead.
Looks like we might have a battle for 4th place here between the 92 of Hoyt Smith and the 58 of Jonathan Schwartz. Jonathan Schwartz is right on the bumper of Hoyt Smith, going down the back straight into turn 3.
Most definitely, as we are on lap 58 of 125 with 67 laps to go. We've had 2 cautions and 3 lead changes tonight. So these drivers are definitely battling, as you said. They're trying as hard as they can to get that race win tonight. Looks like the 58 of Jonathan Schwartz is going to dive to the inside of Hoyt Smith here. They're going to be door to door, but he's not able to complete the pass there coming through the dog leg.
Looks like he got a little bit tight, had to get out of that throttle, and once you do that, you're losing a lot of speed. As you can see, there's 3 or 4 car lengths between the 2 cars now. But being in the draft, I think that he'll be able to catch him, but that dirty area, the car gets real tight once you get up behind someone's bumper like that.
Now, taking a look here, we've only got 14 cars on the lead lap here. So, as we see quite a few cars a lap down here, so they are still battling in their own in case there is another caution to try to get that lucky dog spot.
Yeah, we got Tyler Popp in the 20, who was the last car on the lead lap. Apparently he's feeling ill right now. He has a puke bucket next to him. Hopefully that's not TMI out there for our audience viewers, but he's not feeling well right now, so he's probably going to be pushing a little bit with the limits here of the human body, and maybe he'll come by and win the race, but as of right now, it's going to be a tough race for him in the 20 car of Tyler Popp.
Well, definitely got to give him credit where credit is due for still showing up for the race here and battling through that illness to keep that car out on the track and try to gain any positions he can and do the best that he can.
Dylan Landry currently in 7th, catching a 3-car pack in front of him that contains Hoyt Smith, Jonathan Schwartz, and Glenn Murphy Jr.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are more than halfway through this race. We are going to step away for a quick commercial break to give our viewers a chance to refill their drinks, refill their popcorn, and we will be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the All Pro Broadcast Network. We are bringing you the Children's Dream Racer Cup Series, brought to you by AMS. As we are now on lap 69 of 125, so we have 57 laps remaining as these drivers are battling. Still in first position, we have that 4 of Dalton Baldwin battling out as he's got a pretty good lead here over the second place of 22 of Stuart Joyce. In second position, the 48 of Glenn Murphy Jr. in third. The 86 of Dylan Landry has worked his way all the way back up into fourth position. And in fifth position will be the 92 of Hoyt Smith.
And Dylan Landry just passed the third place car of Stuart Joyce, so Dylan Landry's on a mission to get back to that front after losing all that time.
Yeah, most definitely here is, I'm currently showing Dalton, it's about 23 laps since his last pit stop here. So here in about another, I'd say another 10 to 15 laps, we should start seeing a second round of green flag pit stops. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that 86 of Dylan Landry to see if he pushes his max fuel limit again to try to cut down on his pit stops.
Gonna try to do some math here to see if we can figure out who can make and who cannot.
As it looks like the 86 of Dylan Landry has cut that lead down to under 3 seconds there behind Dalton Baldwin, but he is gaining on the 48 of Glenn Murphy Jr. It looks like there is a lap car in between Dalton Baldwin there and Glenn Murphy Jr.
Yeah, I just did some math here, and 53 laps from a lap ago, that's still going to be one more stop for Dalton Baldwin. If in the next 10 laps, that's 43 laps, that's not going to push it there for a fuel run. So maybe Dylan Landry is running the right gamble here by staying out that long.
Yes, it looks like the 92 of Hoyt Smith and the 8 of Randy Arms is going to make their way down pit road. So they're going to be the first ones here making their second green flag pit stop. It looks like the 48 of Glenn Murphy Jr. was able to get around the lap car. So now there is a lap car there in between him and the 86 of Dylan Landry, as he is a man on the mission here, running, looks right about 3/10 faster lap times than our current race leader.
Yeah, Dylan Landry's showing up strong right now, running those fast lap times. Dalton Baldwin's going to have to pit here within the next couple laps, and Landry will retake the lead, and we'll go from there. We'll have another green flag pit stops, another round of it. But currently, right now, Dalton Baldwin is sitting comfortably in first.
Going back a little further, it looks like the 7 of Thomas Conheady and the 19 of Justin Page are making their way down pit road as we speak. These round, and also the 51 of Ryan Cobb is going to go down pit road. So we are definitely starting to see the start of our second round of green flag pit stops.
We've got another driver, the 70 of Chris Pike, visiting pit road, getting service, 4 tires, and fresh snow coal fuel.
As we are currently looking here, it looks like the 48
we have a battle
of Glenn.
for the lead.
Yeah, it looks like they have all caught the leader there of 4 of Dalton, as the 48 of Glenn Murphy is going to look to the inside, and the 4 gets loose and gets into the wall, and it looks like the 86 of Landry is going to get right up on his bumper there. Hopefully he's not driving from that rear view mirror, but I know he sees that 86 hogging up that entire rear view mirror right now.
Yeah, Dalton Baldwin just got a little bit tight coming out of the turn 4 right there. Couldn't quite get it, not enough grip. as his tires are wearing out, not as fast as the 86 of Dylan Landry and the 48 of Glenn Murphy Jr. I would have to imagine the next couple laps here, Dalton will pit.
Well, he may just try to push it like Landry did. As it looks like he almost makes contact, but was able to save it, not make contact. But that's going to push the Ford real close to that wall as they come on to exit. But good job to him to keeping it off the wall.
Dalton Baldwin taking advantage of that outside line, getting a run off of turn 2 into turn 3, not allowing Dylan Landry to make the pass on the inside.
Is the 4 of Dalton Baldwin there now is on lap 20 or 33 of his current run, so he may be trying to push it to try to make sure that this is his last pit stop before the green, checkered flag.
Yeah, I think coming in early for him hurt him now as much as I thought it was going to hurt Dylan Landry, but Dylan Landry might be able to make it on one more pit stop, but Dalton Baldwin, it's going to be close for him. Maybe he can save some fuel here, but I think the chances of him winning the race here are very slim, bearing a caution.
Well, we did see the 86 of Dylan Landry go right about 43 laps on a tank of fuel here. So if that's the case, if Dalton Baldwin is able to do that, he can still run right about 9 more laps here, which would be able to extend it so he would only have that one more pit stop. So that may be what he's considering as they're coming up on a slower car there, which is going to stop the momentum there of the 86 and give the 4 of Dalton Baldwin just a little way as the 48 of Glenn Murphy is pulled out to right about a 1.3 second lead over second and third place.
Yeah, we got another lap car on the inside of the 4 of Dalton Baldwin, 86 of Dylan Landry. They'll go right up around him on the outside, but Dylan Landry getting real close to the bumper as Dalton hits the wall and Landry goes to the inside and will complete the pass on Dalton Baldwin. Unfortunate circumstances right there for the 4 car.
Yeah, while they were battling, though, the 48 of Glenn Murphy was able to pull out to a good little lead here, as I'm currently showing him about 1.8 seconds there in front of Dylan Landry. And looking here at lap times and pit stops here, looks like there's only about a three lap difference between Glenn Murphy Jr. and Dylan Landry.
Yeah, we have 5 cars, pardon me, that have yet to make their pit stalls, get into pit service. Glenn Murphy Jr., Dylan Landry, Dalton Baldwin, Mike Springer, and Tim Sandlin.
Well, going a little further back here, it looks like the 20 of Tyler Popp is running about 35 laps on his tires, so he hasn't pitted his second cycle yet. And going a little further back here, the 14 of John Owls also has not pitted, as he is currently running in 15th position, 2 laps down. Going back up front, it looks like the 32 of Mike Springer was able to get around the 4 of Dalton Baldwin and take over that 3rd position. Looks like the 4 of Dalton Baldwin's going to go down pit road, get service, and get back out. Unfortunately, it's going to put him a lap down here as he's exiting pit road and coming through 1 and 2.
Once the leaders come back up, he should be back on the lead lap.
Well, it looks like the 48 of Glenn Murphy Jr. there is putting on a good show as he is pulled out now to a 2.3 second lead over the second place of 86 Dylan Landry.
Stuart Joyce making a pass on Glenn Murphy Jr. was a lap down. Stuart Joyce has made a pit stop, so he has fresh Goodyear tires on his vehicle, making it that much faster as opposed to what the leaders are running. That's how critical tires are here. Most places we go to, tires are very, very critical. You can gain a lot of time, and you can lose a lot of time by not pitting.
Well, as we are now 38 laps to go, it looks like all these drivers that have pitted should be able to make it the rest of the way, as we are still waiting on green flag pit stops from our current race leader, the 48 of Glenn Murphy Jr., the 86 of Dylan Landry, the 32 of Mike Springer, and the 9 of Tim Sandlin, who looks like he's down on pit road now.
Dylan Landry making his way down pit road. So your second place driver is in for service.
Yeah, most definitely he is. We didn't see him push it as far as he did on the first green flag run there. So, but he should have enough fuel to be able to make it, as we've seen him go about 43 laps on a tank of fuel.
Going to the current leader of Glenn Murphy Jr., all these lap down cars who have fresh tires are passing him like it's no tomorrow. He's going to have to come down pit road, and I believe he's coming down this time by.
Most definitely here, we'll keep an eye on the 48 of Glenn Murphy Jr. to see if he's going to bring it down pit road here and get his service, as he's running middle lane here through 3 and 4. But he is going to make it down on the pit road here and come in for his last green flag pit stop of the evening.
Looks like Stuart Joyce will gain control of the race lead here. He's going to have to pit one more time.
Yeah, I'm currently showing him about 20 laps since his last pit stop, with 35 laps to go. We haven't seen anybody that's been able to extend that 50-some laps here on the green flag run. So he is definitely going to have to come down, at least get top off with fuel.
If that's the case, I would come down and get 2 tires, get some rubber on there. You're coming down pit road, you're going to be slow. Getting 2 tires can help a little bit, but I think the strategy he's running is not a good one for him at this point in time.
Yeah, most definitely here, as we are keeping an eye on him, and he still has not made his way down pit road here. The 48 of Glenn Murphy Jr. looks like he has pitted, and the new race leader will be the 22 of Stuart Joyce, which will be our 5th lead change of the night.
Yeah, we got a battle here. Second place of Jonathan Schwartz, we got a lap car behind him of Ryan Cobb, the 51, currently in 12th place. 1 lap down, the first car a lap down. Behind him we have in 3rd place the 8 of Randy Arms. And right behind him in 4th place we have the 92 of Hoyt Smith.
Sitting here looking at my lap time counter here, KT, it looks like our top 4 is going to have to come down for at least 1 more pit stop.
So that would include Hoyt Smith in the 92. Not sure how these guys got off sequence. Hopefully something will happen where they can make it to the end, a caution. But right now it's not looking good for the guys in the top 4 right now, as Dalton Baldwin is about 3 seconds behind 4th place, so he's going to start catching them with them 4 fresh tires.
Yeah, I'm watching the lap times here, and he's just eating into that lead there as he's catching up to the 4 of Dalton Baldwin, and the 92 of Hoyt Smith is just eating away at their lead that they've gained on him.
We have a couple guys coming in for pit stops. We got Jonathan Schwartz making his final pit stop here. Gotta imagine Stuart Joyce, the current race leader, will come down pit road within the next 5 laps.
Going back a little further, it looks like the 86 of Dylan Landry there is gaining on the 4 of Dalton Baldwin, as I'm currently showing them right about a 1.5 second difference between the two.
We got a battle for the lead here. The 8 of Randy Arms trying to complete a pass on Stuart Joyce on the inside. Stuart Joyce gets a good run off the turn 2. Randy Arms still look on the inside of Stuart Joyce, not going to quite get that momentum. As Stuart Joyce pulls into the apron, trying to create some dirty air in front of the 8 car.
It looks like they have the 9 of Tim Sandlin there in between them, who's currently the last car on the lead lap, it looks like, or 1 lap down here.
He just got his lap back right there by passing the leader of Stuart Joyce. Those 4 fresh rubbers for Tim Sandlin are helping him. And you can tell that the old tires of Stuart Joyce are taking a toll on his vehicle.
Yeah, most definitely here is the 8 of Randy Ames is able to get around him and take over that race lead. However, they got the 4 of Dalton Baldwin closing in on them in a hurry. And behind them, they have the 86 of Dylan Landry, who's also eating into that gap.
Dalton Baldwin looks to the inside of Stuart Joyce. Will complete the pass on Stuart Joyce. Stuart Joyce goes into the wall, and here comes Dalton Baldwin for the race lead, getting up onto that bumper of Randy Arms as Randy pulls low to the track, trying not to create a draft for Dalton, but Dalton's just way too quick and Randy lets him by. And the 4 car of Dalton Baldwin is your new race leader.
Yeah, but if you look behind him, you have that 86 of Landry there closing in on him in a hurry. It looks like it's only going to be about 5/10 of a difference between them two, and we are on 25 laps to go.
Getting down to crunch time right here. We'll see if Dalton Baldwin can hang on, or if Dylan Landry can make a pass on the 4 of Dalton Baldwin.
We're going to ride here in the cockpit of the 4 of Baldwin, just to see if maybe he's trying to save some fuel to make sure he's got enough. As it sounds like he's clutching it in the turns, trying to save fuel.
You know, going to real life, I've seen Brad Keselowski clutch the race car into the turns, and he's still running the fastest lap times on the track. Dalton Baldwin is known to doing that here at AMS, crunching down fuel laps, trying to save up some laps while still being competitive. But at this point right now, I don't think he has enough to hold off Dylan Landry.
Yes, he's keeping a pretty good, as Landry has closed it down to 3/10. So, I mean, he's not closing too quick, and with him saving fuel, but the question will be, will he have enough fuel to make it the remainder of the race?
He might have enough fuel, but can he pass him? It's going to be real tough to pass here, trying to go on the inside. Dylan Landry does have fresher tires than Dalton Baldwin that will help him. As you see, he's continuing to gain on Dalton Baldwin here as he gains a lot of momentum going out of turn 2, trying to get to that bumper of Dalton Baldwin.
Yeah, the question is Dylan Landry also trying to save fuel, as there is only 4 laps separating them as far as their pitting.
Stuart Joyce makes his final pit stop as he comes off pit road. And I believe he will be a lap down.
Looks like the 86 of Landry has gotten to that back bumper of Baldwin, as they are definitely battling here, as we are now under 20 laps to go here at Kansas.
You have some lap traffic in front of these leaders here And as Jonathan Schwartz with fresher tires goes onto the inside, but in front of him you got the teammate of Dylan Landry and the 51 of Ryan Cobb. They are teammates, so there might be a little bit of strategy there, trying to make a pick move, as you would say. We'll see how it goes here going into turn 1. Looks like the 58 got his lap back. But Dalton Baldwin gets tight, and here comes Dylan Landry on the move, and there's that pick I'm talking about. They are 3 wide. Oh, my heart's jumping right now, and it looks like Dylan Landry's on the inside and will complete the pass on Dalton Baldwin. And you have a new race leader.
Good job there by Dylan Landry as he took it 3 wide to complete that pass, as we are on 18 laps to go, so it is crunch time. But the question of the matter is does Dalton Baldwin have enough fuel to complete this race?
I think right now he goes into fuel conservation mode. I don't think he has enough to win the race. If he does, I don't know. But at this point right now, if I was Dalton Baldwin, I know that Dylan Landry is faster than me. I would clutch a little bit more, trying to get as much fuel as I can, trying to make it the rest of this laps here. 15, almost 15 to go here.
Yeah, most definitely. As I'm looking back here at 3rd place, the 48 of Glenn Murphy Jr., who is eating away at that gap error between him and Dalton Baldwin. So it makes me wonder if maybe they are just trying to save fuel as well, as it looks like there's about 6 lap difference between him and Dalton Baldwin.
Looking at the lap times right here, I think Glenn Murphy has enough to pass Dalton Baldwin if he doesn't have to save much fuel. But looking at the lap times there, Glenn Murphy ran a 30.134 and Dalton ran a 30.660. So Glenn Murphy Jr. is definitely catching the 4 of Dalton Baldwin.
These drivers here are definitely battling out. It's been an interesting night seeing the difference in the pit strategies, as we saw Dylan Landry stay out an extended amount of time there over everyone else on that first green flag pit stop, but he has now pulled out to a 1.3 second lead over the 4 of Dalton Baldwin.
You know, I had my doubts of what Dylan Landry was doing, but looking right now, it was the right call for him. He's out in the lead, commanding lead, pulling away from the 4 of Dalton Baldwin and the 48 of Glenn Murphy Jr.
Going back here to the Dalton Baldwin, it looks like the 48 of Glenn Murphy Jr. is on his bumper.
Looks like Glenn Murphy will complete the pass on Dalton Baldwin, but here comes Thomas Conheady. He's a lap down on fresher tires, will complete the pass on Glenn Murphy Jr.
Now the question is does the 48 of Glenn Murphy Jr. have enough to catch and battle the 86 of Landry for that win?
Looking at the lap times here, it's going to be close. Oh, and we have a caution. Tough break here for some of these drivers.
Let's see if we can go back and find out exactly what brought out that caution here on with 12 laps to go.
Looks like it was the 51 of Ryan Cobb got loose coming out of the pit stall, trying to keep it on the apron.
This will be interesting to see as the 86 of Dylan Landry is going to bring everybody down on the pit road here. It does look like the 14 of John Owls is going to stay out and get that bonus point for leading a lap.
John Ailes, I believe, is a couple laps down, so he might be staying to get the wave around.
Yeah, it's definitely possible to get that extra lap back there and just put him 1 lap down. As it looks like our top 3 there are going to take 4 tires and back out on the pit road. The 86 of Dylan Landry is going to win that battle off pit road, followed by the, looked like the 4 of Dalton Baldwin was able to get out before the 48. No, the 48 of Glenn Murphy Jr. was able to edge out the 4 of Dalton Baldwin, with the 32 of Mike Springer currently in 4th position, and the 58 of Jonathan Schwartz rounding out your top 5.
Oh, what a race off of pit road there with Dalton Baldwin and Glenn Murphy Jr. He just had a nose in front of Dalton Baldwin coming out of the pit lane. Well, throw out all the fuel mileage. Everyone's got 4 fresh Goodyear tires, some fuel if they needed it. I think we're going to have an interesting restart here. It's crunch time. We got only a handful of laps to go here. And I think some of these drivers are going to be pushing their way. They want to win this race.
Yeah, most definitely, as we are currently 10 laps to go. It looks like we're going to have about an 8-lap shootout here for the checkered flag. So it'll definitely be interesting as these drivers will be up on that wheel trying to get as many positions as they can to try to finish this race as best as they can, as we currently only have 10 cars on the lead lap.
I'm wondering on this restart if Dylan Landry will pick and choose the outside or start on the inside lane, as the league allows drivers to pick and choose what lane they want to start from.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on that 86 of Dylan Landry to see which lane he does choose, as you said. I think here in my instance, I think I would choose that outside line, as it definitely seems to be the preferred race line.
For sure, I think that, you know, that outside lane, but if you don't have enough speed going into the turn, the outside sometimes isn't the best place to be on a restart.
Most definitely, and as you said here before with AMS, it's up to the leader's discretion of when to start the race. So the 86 of Dylan Landry also has that advantage of knowing exactly when he's going to push that pedal down and start the race, while everybody else has to wait and see exactly what he's going to do.
The lights are off on the pace car as we got the indication to go 1 to go. Looks like Dylan Landry will pick the inside for this restart.
As the pace car brings them down the backstretch, they are going to double file and tighten up here, with the 86 of Dylan Landry being your current race leader, followed by the 48 of Glenn Murphy Jr. in second position, the 4 of Dalton Baldwin in third, and the 32 of Mike Springer in 4th position here, as the pace car is going to bring them through turns 3 and 4 here, as these drivers are waiting for that hard left turn by the pace car to get this back green flag racing with 8 laps to go. The pace car dips down. These drivers stay bunched up. Off on the pedal does the 86 of Dylan Landry. The 48 is able to get down in front of the 4 as contact is made, but they were able to save it as they come through here. But it looks like the 86 of Dylan Landry is going to take advantage of that contact and pull out to a little bit lead here, as the 48 of Glenn Murphy is right behind him.
Now I'm not wondering if the 48 got a little bit of damage there that might affect the handling of this car. It looks like the 86 of Dylan Landry used his quick repair. His car is all freshed up and all clean. I see no damage on his vehicle. But the 48 of Glenn Murphy Jr. is closing in on the 86 here, real close to his bumper.
Also sticking his nose in there is the 58 of Jonathan Schwartz in 3rd position, as he is right on the back door of Glenn Murphy Jr. as they are coming into turns 3 and 4.
Glenn Murphy Jr. looks like he wants to give a little love tap there to the 86 of Dylan Landry. Right on his bumper goes Glenn Murphy Jr.
We are now 6 laps to go as these drivers are battling out, but it looks like the 86 is going to get a little better run here on the outside and put a little gap between him and the 48 of Glenn Murphy, but Glenn Murphy is definitely sticking with him step for step.
Dylan Landry takes the car into turn 3, and we have a caution. Looks like it's going to be the 22 of Stuart Joyce.
We're going to go back here, look at the replay, and focus on that 22 of Joyce and see if we can see exactly what happened. Looks like he's going to get in the back door there of the 7 of Thomas Conheady and send them both down into the inside wall and come back out on the track smoking, which will bring out the yellow flag here with 6 laps to go.
Yeah, we're going to have either a 3 or 2 lap shootout here to end this race, hopefully under green flag conditions.
It looks like the leaders are not going to be pitting anytime soon here. As you said, track position is definitely key, so they're going to stay out. That's going to leave the 86 of Dylan Landry in first place, followed by the 48 of Glenn Murphy, who will be lining up on his outside. The 58 of Jonathan Schwartz will be lined up right behind the 86 of Landry, while the 4 of Dalton Baldwin will be lined up there behind the 48 of Glenn Murphy Jr. on the restart.
Let's see if we can get Dylan Landry. Dylan Landry, this is KT up in the booth. You got a copy?
What's going on, man?
I see that you're sitting comfortable in the lead here. I just got a quick question for you. On that first green flag run, you stretched it out a couple more laps than the rest of the drivers. Was there any strategy into that? Were you trying to stretch it out, trying to make it a field run, or what was your strategy going into that point?
Yeah, those couple extra laps that I stayed out, like, it propelled me throughout the race to just finish under enough fuel. I had a full lap left, I believe, before the caution came out, around 15 laps to go. So yeah, that was my strategy all along.
Now, when we noticed you were probably around 8 seconds behind the leaders when they pit, were you kind of, oh crap, I stayed out too long, I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch these guys. Obviously, it didn't turn out that way where you pretty much caught them at that point, but were you scared a little bit at all? Trying to think maybe you screwed up your race a little bit, seeing that we had long green flag racing here tonight?
Nah, I knew that they would come back to me. That's the way it all cycles through when people pit a little earlier, and it happened the run before. So I figured if we had the same amount of green flag laps, I'll be back in the lead, and this will happen.
I'm not gonna lie, I had my doubts on that strategy, but it looks like it's turning out to be a good strategy for you at this point. Thanks for chatting with us, and hopefully you get this win tonight.
Thanks, man.
Yep. Well, it looks like the lights on the pace car are off. We get one to go here.
As we are on 2 laps to go, that's going to give them a 1-lap shootout here for the checkered flag. So these drivers are going to leave it all out on the track, as you're going to see some bumping and grinding here. As they say, bumping is racing. These drivers are going to do everything they can to try to steal that win from the 86 of Dylan Landry.
I think we're going to see a couple guys here not lift at all. I know it's going going to be hard to, given the conditions of the car being tight, but I think you're going to see a lot of drivers here giving it all here on this last final lap.
Yeah, as the pace car brings them double file here into turn number 3 as these drivers are bunching up. The 48 of Landry is, or the 86 of Landry is going to take the inside there. I have the 48 of Glenn Murphy Jr. on the outside here, so it'll be an interesting restart. Pace car makes that hard left into pit road. The 86 of Dylan Landry jumps on that pedal.
Dalton Baldwin, and the caution is out. Dalton Baldwin got turned around, and Dylan Landry is the winner here at Kansas Speedway.
We're going to go back here and take a look at this replay here, see exactly what happened to the 4 of Dalton Baldwin on this restart.
Dylan Landry will win this race, as he was by far the most dominant car tonight. Dylan Landry, your points leader, will take more of a command lead, but we all know that the points will get reset once the chase hits, but these wins are crucial for bonus points in the chase. As we'll see Dylan Landry coming across the start finish line to the checkered flag. It was an outstanding race. Unfortunate that we had a couple late race cautions there, but for the most part, the green flag runs that I've saw today, it was outstanding racing from all these drivers here at AMS.
Well, as we're waiting on these drivers here to celebrate, we're going to get them ready, see if we can't get some driver interviews for after the race. So just give us one moment here while we try to get some driver interviews for you.
Let's talk with the second place driver of Glenn Murphy Jr. Glenn Murphy Jr. finished second today. Glenn, you finished second today. How do you feel right now?
Well, I wish the race would have played out the way that it was going to. With the fuel mileage with Dylan and I think we were both good. Caution came out and restarts were just wild. I knew they were going to be at the very end there, and made some contact a little bit with Dalton and doing everything I could to get to Dylan. We could get to the bumper, we just couldn't. I couldn't get a run down the straightaways. The only way to pass here is pretty much put both of you in the fence. So good night, but could have been better.
Did you have some contact from the 4 of Dalton Baldwin on that restart?
I think a little bit. I mean, I knew when he had a good run on the apron, I figured he was going to try to go lower than I was, and then once I saw he was kind of pushing me, I knew he was going to shoot to the top. Tried to time it the best job I could where we wouldn't wreck us both, but yeah, I mean, we made a little bit of contact. He got in the fence. It's just not the way I want to race, and I hate it for Dalton, but them restarts at the very end of the race like that, they're wild, so you kind of got to expect some stuff's going to happen.
Now going through the race, you started in the back, I believe. You raced your way up through that the first green flag run that we had. You made it all the way up to, I believe it was third or second place. It was really outstanding driving by you. How did the car feel today?
Car felt pretty good. I was working with Cameron a lot before the race started, trying to figure some stuff out. Dalton's kind of pacing the field, and Cameron got a little loose there, and I didn't want to junk us both, so I kind of put it in the fence. I didn't think it'd be that bad, and then we got involved in that big wreck. Took Cameron out of the race, and we pitted, got everything fixed, and we drove back up to the front. I was stuck in 10th there, and I thought we were going to kind of stall out, and we were able to pass, like you said, 7 or 8 cars. So it's a good run for us. I just wish could have finished one spot better.
Well, for sure. Is there anybody you want to give thanks to over the air?
Yeah, just the team. Clay and Cameron. Just have a lot of fun racing with these guys, and I'll be honest, we've had some tension and some stuff happening here lately in this league, and tonight's race was I was very proud of everybody in here. I thought it was very well done, and wish wouldn't have made contact with Dalton there at the end.
All right, thanks, Glenn. We'll see you next week at Talladega.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it, KT.
Yep. And let's see if we can get the race leader back up on the line here. Dylan Landry with the win here tonight at Kansas. Dylan, give me your thoughts about the car and how it handled tonight.
It was like a dump truck out there. Like, it was so tight. You just had to save tires and just hope that you didn't smack the turn 2 and 4 wall. It was a crazy race, but I'm glad it finished the way it did.
Now, I noticed some drivers were getting loose off the corner as well as tight. I didn't see much of your car getting loose. Is that something that is correct?
Yeah, I wasn't loose at all, like, throughout the race. I don't know who's getting loose. I don't know where they're getting loose or how they're getting loose, but I mean, there's no chance for me to get that thing loose.
Now, before the last pit stop, were you trying to save fuel at any point, or were you just, pedal to the metal, I'm going to win this race type of deal?
Well, I knew I was about a lap to the good, so I was just checking it consistently and see if that was really the case, because you never really know with those thing of iRacing. So I was just focusing on Glenn, because I knew he was about 6 seconds back when he came out of the pit road, and he was hard charging. So I'm just happy it just turned out the way it did.
You mentioned something about tire management, trying to save your tires. What did you do differently as opposed to like a normal run in that run, trying to save your tires? What did you do differently?
I don't really know. I mean, I'm typically like not as fast as Glenn or Cameron or some of the big guys. I don't know if I'm like letting off a little early or braking a little early, but I seem to be one of the best guys out here on longer runs.
I believe you led majority of the laps. Dave, can you give me the correct information on that?
Yeah, it looks like he led 72 of the 125 laps tonight.
Wow, so you got some major bonus points there. Congratulations, Dylan Landry, with the win tonight. Is there anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I thank my teammates, Ryan Cobb and Shaquille Ray. They had a little bad luck tonight. And I just gotta thank, All Pro Broadcasting for picking us up, and, I hope we put on a good show.
Well, for here up in the booth, it was an excellent race. A little single file racing, but for the most part, watching you run up through the field after those green flag pit stops, it was fairly entertaining. So congratulations on the win tonight, and we'll see you next week at Talladega.
Alright, it wasn't easy, but thanks a lot.
Yeah, congratulations.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank all of you viewers for coming out and watching tonight, watching the AMS here at Kansas put on a clinic for us tonight as we finished with 6 caution, 8 lead changes here, 125 laps. Also want to thank KT for joining me in the booth tonight. It's been a pleasure, and what a great job you did broadcasting with me tonight.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a while, and had to give up my seat tonight in the race to do this, so I had a little bit of fun. I'm a little bit rusty, but overall it was a great race.
Yeah, most definitely. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching the channel, please hit that subscribe button. As here at All Pro Racing, we are almost live every night here. Like tomorrow night, we have the Wednesday Warrior Series by All Pro Racing. Thursday or Friday, we have the Friday Series with the KMA guys. Saturday, we have the Cyber Racing Association, the Super Truck Series. On Sunday, we have the Precision Racing League. Good group of guys. And then on Monday nights, we have the Rick Motec Sports Car Series, your finest road racing series around. Before we go there, KT, can you tell us what your favorite part of the night was?
My favorite part of tonight was the green flag pit stops. It's, as a driver, I really like to have those green flag pit stops. Me myself, I tend to do better on the longer run, trying to save my tires. So seeing that tonight was really exciting. However, the racing, you know, it wasn't too much side-by-side racing, but as a driver, those green flag runs like that, they're very entertaining for us inside the driver's seat in that cockpit.
Yeah, most definitely. Here is we got to see those that long green flag run with 2 green flag pit stops. These drivers definitely showed it how easy it looks, but it really isn't, especially when you're trying to go from 170 to 190 mile an hour down to pit speed of 50 some mile an hour. So it's definitely a challenge, but these drivers did a good job.
They sure did.
Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this was the All Pro Broadcast Network here, bringing you the Children's Dream Racer Cup Series, brought to you by AMS. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Dave Everly, and I was here with KT in the booth tonight. We want to wish you guys a good evening, and we'll see you next week.
You're watching All Pro Broadcasting with Freedom Train.